is Tuesday. It is the 19th of March. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You are watching live pictures from St. Peter's Square in the Vatican, where tens of thousands of people have been watching history in the making. The sun shone on the inauguration of Pope Francis. It continues to shine, as we see there. Roman Catholics will hope today heralds a new dawn for the church. Well, let's take you straight now to the scene. And our correspondent on the spot, Ben Wiedemann, is live in Vatican City, where he's joined by Monsignor Kevin Irwin. Hello, gentlemen.
Yes, hello, Monita. A very historic day. We've been favored by very nice weather. Now, the ceremony does seem to be coming to an end. People are...
All right, Ben, thank you very much for that. Ben Wiedemann there, live for us from Vatican City. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Today marks the 10th anniversary of the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq, and it is a day marked by tragedy. We'll be live from Baghdad. We're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. 10 years after the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq, Baghdad woke up Tuesday to widespread attacks across the capital. Authorities say at least 48 people have been killed and more than 100 wounded. More than a dozen car bombs and roadside explosions went off in the space of an hour across the Iraqi capital. Over the past decade, CNN's senior international correspondent Arwa Damon has brought us stories from the war zone, where when she returned to Iraq recently, she found that some of the scars are still very fresh. Arwa joins us now live from Baghdad. And Arwa, you've covered the stories over the past 10 years, and it seems as though, well, many people are still trying to find some reason for this war. It seems those answers remained unanswered. Those questions, I say, remain unanswered.
They most certainly do, because for many Iraqis, the war, first of all, hasn't even ended. You know, we woke up this morning back.
Syria's main opposition group has chosen a corporate executive who has lived much of his life in the U.S. as the first prime minister of an interim government. Ghassan Hito was born in Damascus and is now a naturalized American citizen. Washington demanded the opposition establish a clear command structure before it would agree to send the rebels more aid. Members of the U.S. military who are suing the operators of Japan's Fukushima power plant are now seeking damages of more than $2 billion. Tokyo Electric Power is accused of lying about the risks involved in clearing the area after the nuclear meltdown, after Japan's tsunami in 2011. The number of U.S. service members who've joined the lawsuit has grown from 8 to 26. And a media report in the U.S. says 100 others may still join in. An American man has been found guilty of murdering an Irish student in Tokyo last year. Richard Hines strangled 21-year-old Nicola Furlong at a hotel in the Japanese capital last May. He was sentenced to serve between 5 and 10 years in jail. The judge described the crime as atrocious and vicious. The sentence reflects the fact that Japanese law considers Hines, 19-year-old, to be a minor. There has been another arrest over the killing of a Wall Street Journal reporter in Pakistan. In 2002, Daniel Pearl was kidnapped while researching a story. His captors filmed the act of beheading him and sent the video to U.S. authorities. At least 5 people have already been detained over the murder, and a paramilitary operation in Karachi has resulted in another arrest. A Pakistani official said Qari Abdul Hai was suspected of facilitating Pearl's kidnapping. Syria's civil war appears to be creeping closer to its southern neighbor Israel. For the better part of 40 years, the Syrian border with Israel has been relatively stable. But now, as Sarah Seidner reports, the fear of chemical warfare is on everyone's mind.
Amir Dudavani calls himself a gaucho, a cowboy who's honed his skills in Uruguay.
You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Cyprus's future in the Eurozone is in the balance as lawmakers face a choice between two evils: press ahead with a deeply unpopular plan to rebalance the country's finances and take an international bailout, or condemn the state to likely bankruptcy and an exit from the euro. Well, EU officials are ready to hand Cyprus a $13 billion bailout, but says the people of the island must make sacrifices too. The hour's time, we could know how lawmakers will vote. Let's take you straight now to Nicosia and Jim Bolden there, who joins us now live with more on the mood there as well. Jim?
Yes, Monita, we might find out in about 5 hours' time, as you say, when lawmakers gather here at the Parliament.
Or not, another major winter storm is raging in the U.S. right now. Meteorologist Samantha Moore is at the World Weather Center with all the details about that, all the icy details, I should say, Samantha.
There you go. We have a couple sides to this storm, Monita. We have the severe side to the south and the snowy side to the north. Take a look at some of the video coming out of New York.
All right, do take note if you are traveling indeed. Samantha, thank you very much for that. We appreciate it.
Sure thing.
You are watching CNN News Center. I'm Monita Rajpal live at CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. Stay with us, though. We'll be back to recap our top story in just a minute.